Now Christian and Hopeful had taken the wrong path, and they found themselves desperately lost. "Oh, good brother," said Christian, "do not be offended. I've brought you out of the way, and I've put you in such imminent danger. Forgive me, I did not intend to do it out of evil." "Take comfort," said Hopeful. "I forgive you. I believe too that this shall be for our good." Christian replied, "I'm glad I have such a merciful brother. But we cannot just stand here. Let's try and go back again." Hopeful said, "Let me go before you." "No," said Christian. "If you please, let me go first, and if there's any danger, I'll be first to reach it, because I'm the reason we've gone on the wrong way." Hopeful said, No, you shall not go first, because your mind is troubled, because you led us out of the way." For their encouragement, they heard the voice of someone say, "Set your heart towards the highway, even the way that thou wantest to go. Turn again." It's a quote from the book of Jeremiah in the Bible, chapter 31. But by this time the waters were greatly rising around them, and going back was very dangerous. So though they had ventured to go back, it was very dark and the flood was very high. They were almost drowned 9 or 10 times. And they could not, with all the skill they had, get back to the stile that they had originally crossed. So they sat down under a shelter and waited till daybreak, and being very weary, they fell asleep. Now they were not far from a place called Doubting Castle, the owner of which was Giant Despair. These were his grounds they were now sleeping on. And he got up early in the morning to walk up and down his fields, and he caught Christian and Hopeful asleep on his grounds. With a grim and surly voice, he woke them up and asked them what they were doing, why they were in his grounds. They told him they were pilgrims, and they had lost their way. Then said the giant, "You have this night trespassed on me and trampled on lying on my grounds. You must come along with me." They were forced to go because he was much stronger than them, and they had little to say for themselves because they knew they were at fault. The giant drove them before himself into the castle, and then into a very dark dungeon, a nasty stinking place. And there they lay from Wednesday till Saturday, with not a bit of bread or a drop to drink or any light. They were in an evil place, far from friends and acquaintances. Back on our little morning wonder, it's amazing what Bunyan reveals here to be true. When we move from the right path and abandon the clear direction of God, we can find ourselves in a place of despair, a place without hope, and we can drag others into it as well. That's the danger that this account reveals. And by leaving the right path and wanting for pilgrim, it was ease. It was an easy life, and not for the first time. This has happened before. An easy path. We all desire easy lives, but when easy lives come at the cost of the right path, we find ourselves quite lost. And here is Christian quite lost and in despair. John Bunyan knew of this a lot. He knew a great deal of despair. He was imprisoned and found himself in Bedford jail, and he saw no good before him. That's what caused his despair. He saw no way out, and this is what causes these people's despair. And that would cause our despair when we go on the wrong path and we find that there is no real future before us as far as we can see. But there is always a future before us, for God is with us and has never abandoned us. And we have to turn and return to the right path. It may take a while to get back on the right path, but that's what we must seek to do, and to follow God. And He will lead us again to joy and to peace. Maybe at this time you're feeling downhearted and you can't see an end to the situation that you're in? Well, remember, God is a God of grace and a God of mercy, and he holds the future in his hands. And if you trust him, and if you follow him, and if you continue to obey him and seek to walk the right path, then he will see you through. Well, from me and my friend, here we are, ready to keep going. Have a good day. God bless you.